So this is Mindfulness and Money Mindset with both myself and Maria. If you don't know me, my name is Brytta Moreira, and I'm a business consultant for wellness entrepreneurs. My mantra is teach wellness, make money, say yes to it all. So who is Mindfulness and Money Mindset for? Wellness entrepreneurs who want to teach what they love while making money all over the world. What you will learn today, like I said, it's going to be a volcano of information. The must-know top 5 ways to monetize your wellness business this year, how to create high-converting landing and checkout pages that will work while you sleep, tools that will streamline your selling process and make it easier for your clients to book, secrets to mastering authentic, powerful sales conversations, and my STFU and sales methodology that has sold out hotels, retreats, classes, workshops, and kept wellness businesses financially thriving. So the top 5 ways to monetize your wellness business this year, and this is based on how I run my business. This is based on how my clients run their business and what has worked for us. So the number 1 way to make money this year is passive income. And I know we've all heard about passive income before, but here's the deal. It's going to make you a lot of money. For example, if you don't know me, I just moved to Paris 1 month ago today. And the way that I moved to Paris was literally through pinning Pinterest pins on my account to bring people into my community. So if you have a Pinterest account, you can get a free Pinterest business account and start pinning things that funnel people into your landing pages, that funnel people into your podcast, that funnel people into your master classes, your high ticket, your low ticket offers. I made $5,000 in 1 week and I got 24 leads in 12 hours just through Pinterest alone. So passive income is the way this year. Another thing you can do if you're a podcast host or maybe you're thinking about launching a podcast is having people pay to advertise themselves on your podcast. And I want us to get really creative about this. So I just launched my podcast. It's called the Yes Podcast. And what I do is I'm having people who host retreats, people who own yoga studios, people who want to sell out their workshops, their teacher trainings can put an ad on my podcast and then they pay to be on that. So their community opens up even more. You can also host a masterclass and record it. I've been doing this for years. It's how I make my money every month. You can also have a membership that sells multiple services. If you're a writer and like your heart is writing, you can have a blog and have affiliate ads on there. Or you can be someone, if you don't like selling your own products, but maybe you're passionate. Some of you mentioned you love fashion, me too. Maybe you can do affiliate services that align with your passion, such as fashion. Cross promotion. So this is what Maria and I are doing today. So we are working together to bring more awareness to mindfulness and money. So cross promotion can be an event like this. It can be going to a networking event. It can be a guest on someone's podcast. It can be doing an Instagram live. You can be in a publication such as Forbes or Yoga Journal, or maybe you join an online summit. Another one is streamline sales systems for your clients to book your service. So here's the thing. You can have the most brilliant business in the world, but if you make it really hard for people to figure out how to work with you, you're not going to get any sales. So the easier you make working with you, the easier it is to make money. And when I say this, it's like you take them to a landing page, they click book now or sign up, and it takes them directly to a checkout page. There's no noise in between. It's like, this is what I'm selling. This is the problem I'm solving. This is how you sign up. It takes them to a checkout page. It takes them 30 seconds to put in their credit card details and they sign up. It's that easy. Monetization continue, bundle your services. So I'm actually doing this right now because I have 2 master classes. So maybe it's a wellness class. So maybe it's like a yoga class, a sound healing, and a master class on how to sell them. And that's, you're going to sell it for a bundle anywhere between $67 and $197. I'm all about ending my sales in a 7 because sales psychology, people are more likely to buy if it ends in a 7 versus if it's like $3,000 or $299, like 67 to 197. Another thing, maybe like you're really into the cooking aspect of wellness and you have like a nutritious food to door service for a low ticket offer, again, between 167 and 197. You're going to create 3 ticket offers, a low, medium, and high bundle. So the bundle, low, medium, and high ticket service offer. So a bundle is going to be low. The bundle is what I talked about earlier, like something you're teaching, something that provides healing, and something that provides education. And that's the bundle. I would say maybe $57. Sell it for that. A product or a one-time short-term service to work with you. Maybe it's a one-off 60-minute call with you, and that's your medium. And then you have a high ticket. And the high ticket can be a retreat. It can be a yoga teacher training. It can be buying a full service from you. It can be a call service. It can be private classes. But you want to make the pricing in a way that is like, it's low starting at 57, and then maybe your medium ticket is 197, and then your high ticket is like 1097. And the reason being is that if you are just selling your things for like $27 and that's all you sell it for, then no one's going to buy you at 1097. And the reason being is that they're so used to paying such cheap amounts for your service that to them it's like they are not your client because they just can't afford that 1097 price. So make sure you're pricing accordingly so you're funneling them from low to medium to high. Moving on, high converting landing pages and sales systems to support them. I'm going to give you some examples of landing pages. So this can be as simple as a landing page that leads to a checkout page with a seamless booking process and confirmation email. So let me just give you an example of some landing pages that you can look at. So one of mine, it's my new bundle. It's called the Retreat Marketing Power Pack. And this is a bundle that I bundled together. It's 2 masterclasses and like one other thing that I'm selling. And I just put it in the chat here. And I think I'm selling it for like 97. And that way people can get both of my masterclasses for one price. A high ticket that I'm offering, and I just started promoting this, it's called Bridal Babes Yoga. And this is where how I teach yoga because it makes me a lot of money and I get to work with people all over the world because I get to work with like brides and like bachelorette parties. And this is a high ticket offer that I have. It's like $597 for 1 hour. And these are just some examples of what a landing page can look like on your website. And I know there's all these third-party websites where you can build landing pages, but here's the deal. Let's say these services just go out of service one day and you took all this time to build landing pages on kit.com or Flowdesk or wherever, and you didn't take the time to build it on your website. So I put as much as I can onto my website because then people are on my website and I can further funnel them into working with me. So we have these landing pages and then it just takes them to a really easy checkout page, which I'm going to just drop in the chat here. It's through Stripe. I use Stripe for my business. It takes 30 seconds to create one of these checkout pages, and then it takes maybe 30 seconds for people to buy one of my services. So they go from my landing page to my checkout page, and it's that easy. I don't put any in-between noise. I don't have them apply for things. I don't have them fill out all these ridiculous forms. Like I want people to buy from me, so it's landing page, checkout page. If you're having them come to a retreat or a teacher training and you're like, okay, like I really want them to fill out something, maybe you take them to a Calendly page, which is like a call service. I think all of you use Calendly to sign up for today's event. And Calendly, you can actually charge people in there. So I do this for my strategy calls. I need to know like people's business, what they do, and I have them pay for it right then and there on the call. So it's landing page, Calendly page. They fill out the form and pay on that same page. So it's still just a 2-page process. I'm going to dive back into this presentation. And again, if you have any questions, you can just pop them in the chat. Okay, so you just saw these landing pages. We're going to move on. Sales systems to support them. I just shared those in the chat, the low ticket, high ticket, checkout pages and landing pages. Again, a low ticket is anywhere between like 27 and 67. And I would say a medium ticket is anywhere between like 67 and 197. And then anything above 200 can be your high ticket. Landing page and checkout page systems, I will show these to you towards the end. Examples of these are all third party. So ConvertKit is a CRM system, which can also have landing pages on it. It can also, what else can it have? It can have checkout pages on it. But how I use ConvertKit, I use it as a CRM. So I have people sign up for my freebie, which is my lead magnet. And then it just has them go into the CRM. And what I love about ConvertKit, like if you're going to use the email system, I highly recommend this one because it will literally tell you like what links people clicked on within an email that you sent to them, how long they read it for, where they stopped reading, which is such good feedback as to like how good your copy is. And it will just tell you like where on the sales journey your clients are who signed up for your lead magnets or signed up for like a package, a bundle, a retreat. And then Wix and Squarespace, these are website services, and I'll show you this towards the end. They're great if you want a website. I recommend Squarespace. I use both for my clients, but Squarespace to me is like just, it looks more professional. It's really easy to use. Wix constantly has bugs involved, but some people really like it. And Squarespace is what I use for my website, and it's where I create all my landing pages, and I think I pay for it every year. So it's not just my website, it's where my landing pages are, it's where my checkout pages are. They also have email marketing within it if that's something you want to use. Wix is the same thing. It just doesn't look as good. And to me, it kind of looks unprofessional, whereas Squarespace just makes everything look clean. I already put a Stripe link and Squarespace link in the chat so you guys can view those. Mastering creative sales, and we're actually all going to practice this today. So I talked about having an organized CRM, such as in ConvertKit or a Google Sheet of your cold, warm, and hot leads. This is so important. Like if there's any time I want you guys to listen, it's right now. So cold, warm, and hot leads. These are 3 different types of leads. A cold lead is not like someone you like randomly found on the internet and you're calling them up. I feel like that's such like an old fashioned thing. A cold lead, let's say you have an Instagram page and like you're posting all your content, and this is someone who's just liking your stuff. It's someone who's viewing all your stories, but they're not really engaging with you. So they're a cold lead because they're already within your community. Therefore, you can reach out to them. A warm lead is a past client. So someone you have worked with in a past life between like, let's say the last 2 to 10 years ago, you have worked with them in the past. It doesn't even have to be with your current business, but like you have a working relationship with them. So they're a warm lead because you have worked together before. And a hot lead is someone who has straight up told you, I love your services. I want to work with you. How can I sign up? Like they have taken initiative to tell you that they want to work with you. And this is the difference between a cold, warm, and hot lead. I would reach out to a warm and hot lead in a very similar way versus a cold lead. I'd want to nourish that relationship a little bit more. Like send them my lead magnet, send them like bi-weekly check-in messages, like via voice note, and really just nourish that relationship to get them to become your client. Another really great lead are your hometown people. So I'm someone who's like traveled all over the world, but I'm from the United States. And I have a lot of people who've known me for 10 to 15 years who are like my biggest fans. And when I tell you, these are the people who are living vicariously through you, and they will either sign up for all of your things or they will connect you with someone who they think would be a good client for you. And this is how my clients end up selling out their retreats, their teacher trainings, their workshops, their online events, is because they already have a relationship from their hometown, like from when they were a kid, a teenager in their early 20s. And these people who've never left that town are just living your dreams through you, and they're your biggest fans. So really take advantage of these people in a way that nurtures the relationship, but gets them to become your client. Talk about your services and how you serve every day, and make a goal of talking to 5 people per day for 5 days per week. So this is 25 people per week that you're talking to about your product or service. And I know this sounds like a lot and like you feel like it's a broken record, or like maybe you have some imposter syndrome around like reaching out to this many people, but like here's the deal. If you want to grow a business that thrives, I'm not going to use the word successful because I think that's a different definition for everyone. But if you want a business that financially thrives, you need to be reaching out to 5 people per day about your product and services. Every Monday, this is what I do. So rather than me doing it like 5 people per day, I do everything on a Monday. I go into WhatsApp groups that I'm in. I promote my services. I send DMs to these people. I send DMs to my Instagram followers to get them to be engaged, to get them on my email list, which is my lead magnet. Like I will do anything just to get people further into my community. You also want to post on social media, I would say honestly 3 to 5 times per week in reels, carousels, and stories, even when you feel like a broken record, because the algorithm actually doesn't show your content to the same people every day. They show it to different people. And I'm someone who like, I just don't post on Instagram that much. I post to my stories. And the reason being is that this year, I just started making more money on Pinterest. So Instagram is somewhere where I might get like 3 high paying clients per year versus Pinterest. I got like 20, what did I get? Like 24 leads in like a day, something like that. So Pinterest is just faster for me, and it's somewhere where I enjoy hanging out online. So that's where I put my focus. But if you're an Instagram girly and like you want to create content on Instagram or TikTok, YouTube, wherever, just focus your energy on the platform where your clients hang out and where you're going to get leads, and then post on there 4 to 5 times per week. Another thing is third-party online businesses such as retreat websites, Airbnb experiences. Eventbrite's a really great one, Meetup, and anyone who has a strong referral or affiliate website that you can monetize and promote on. I really want to be clear about this. A lot of times wellness entrepreneurs, and to me this is just so lazy, is they'll put all their services on someone else's website. Like let's say you have a retreat and then you go post your retreat on all the like the book retreats, the booking.com, the book yoga retreats. And then like you get mad because your retreats aren't selling out on that website or your services aren't selling on someone else's website. Well, like news flash, that's their business and it's not their job to be selling your business. It's yours because it's your business. So yes, use these third-party websites, but do not rely on them to sell out your service and products. Like these booking websites might get you like 2 bookings per service that you offer. They're not going to sell it out. That is your job. So again, these are an extra service in addition to the work that you're already doing on your own. And I'm just saying this because so many of my clients have become my clients because they rely on everyone outside of them. And it's like, as teachers of wellness, like we are our best tool. Like the yoga is not going to yoga for me. I physically have to walk to a yoga studio, roll out my mat and like show up for myself. And it's the same in your business. Lastly, I want you to write and talk about your business like you are creating the most magnificent fairy tale of a story. I mean, I want you to like pick out your favorite fairy tale and like literally like circle all the words in that story that just like make you light up with sparkles and glitter and then like apply those words to your copy. And that's how I want you to talk about what you're selling. And I don't want you to use the words like rest, restore, rejuvenate. I say this in like every conversation I have. Like, I don't want you to sound like ChatGPT. I want you to sound like yourself because people connect to humanness. They do not connect to this robotic sounding thing that everyone else sounds like. So write like yourself and make it sound magical because people need that right now. They need to be taken into this storytelling world where their problems are going to be solved, where they're going to be held and nourished through the services that you offer. Okay, my STFU and sales methodology, we are all going to practice this today. It's literally stands for, like we all know what STFU stands for, and that's what this stands for in this presentation. I just want to be really clear about that. And the reason being is that there are moments in a sales conversation where you literally just need to like shut your mouth and listen to people. So you are going to practice talking to potential clients on a sales call. So like, let's say that you have a yoga class pack. Let's say that you have some kind of fashion product that you're selling, maybe a retreat, a teacher training, a workshop, whatever it is that you want to sell. You're going to hop on a call. You're going to welcome them to the call. So I'm going to be like, hey, Maria, welcome to this call. I'm so excited you're here. It is currently 5:30 p.m. We're going to get off at 5:30. It's 3:30 p.m. We're going to get off this call at 3:50 p.m. because I want to set a time boundary right away rather than like these people who want to get on free calls and just talk your ear off. We don't have time for that. So welcome them, tell them the plan, tell them when the call is over, ask them why they joined your call today or what inspired their interest in your service or product. And this is really important. I am all about open-ended questions. So it's not like, do you want to come to my retreat? Because then they're going to be like, no. And then it's really hard to save that conversation versus figure out their emotional reasoning as to why they showed up on a call with you today. Because you asked a question, you are going to listen fully and don't interrupt them because their why is going to make them book your service or product because it's their emotional reasoning. So if I'm hosting a 5-day women's and business retreat in Portugal next year, someone gets on a call with me, a potential guest. We know, like, of course, I'm going to ask them, like, why did you join the call? What inspired you? Most likely something in their business isn't working. Most likely they're really interested in coming to Portugal. Most likely they are interested in connecting with other women because running a business on your own can be lonely. Like maybe they have no idea how to open a business. Maybe they want to learn. Like they're going to come with all these emotional reasons. So once I know their why, I'm going to ask them what questions they have about my product or service. I'm not going to be like, do you want to come to my retreat? I'm going to be like, hey, what questions do you have about the room options? What questions do you have about the food we have on the retreat? What questions do you have about the workshops that I'm selling? And I'm asking what, because it's an open-ended question. I'm not asking that yes or no question. Once they come up with the questions, they're probably going to have 3 to 5 questions. And most likely, these questions are already answered on the landing page you created that brought them to you. But we're not going to be like, go look at the landing page because that's really rude. We're going to answer the questions thoroughly because we listen to them. And then we're going to tell them all the perks about our product and service and why we know they're a great fit to come to our event, to work with us, to come to whatever it is that we're selling. And we really want to talk it up in, I would say, 5 ways. So it's kind of like the top 5 transformations you're offering through your service, through your product. And when I say like top 5 transformations that they're going to experience when they work with you, it's not like the woo-woo things. Like, I don't know. I just feel like in the wellness world, sometimes we just talk about these really woo-woo things that don't solve anyone's problems. I want you to talk about the transformations that are solving their real life problems. So if you are a yoga teacher and you work with moms who just had babies, you're probably an expert in like pelvic floor repair. Care. You're probably an expert in like back pain. You're probably an expert in shoulder opening, and you're going to like talk to this mom who just had a baby about like the top 5 transformations her body can experience when she practices yoga at your yoga classes. If you are selling a yoga class pack and it's like 5 online yoga classes for like $97, and your ideal client is like a single woman in her 30s who works a 9 to 5, you're probably going to talk about how her spine is going to be restored from sitting in a chair for 8 hours. You're probably going to talk about the flexibility that she's going to gain and the muscles she's going to gain through these classes. You're probably going to talk about releasing the brain fog that like a 9 to 5 provides. Like all these things that are transformations that your service or product sells. You're going to tell them the investment, keyword investment, in payment plan formation, not in total. So let's say that your retreat, your teacher training, your product, your service is $3,000 US. You're not going to be like, the investment is $3,000, because then they're going to be like, and it's going to freak them out and they're going to get all these money blocks. Rather, you're going to say the investment is 3 payments of $1,000 US. And the reason we use the word investment is because they are literally investing in themselves so that they can work with you, so that they can get their life transformed. And we tell them it in payment plan formation. So first of all, our service then becomes accessible, and I'm all about accessibility. Number 2, so that it's easier for them to swallow when they're comprehending what that money is. And now you're going to ask them, now that we have met, I know my service would be a great fit for you. Would you like to work together so that you can release your back pain, restore that pelvic floor, and regain your muscle structure so that you can be a mom who feels good in her body? It's a question. Because I asked a question, I am literally going to STFU. I'm going to shut my mouth and I'm going to listen. And most likely, they're going to sit there in silence for a moment. They're going to have to come up with a lot of things. Like maybe they're going to have to get childcare for an hour. Maybe they're going to have to get childcare for a week. Maybe they have to talk to their boss. Maybe they have to talk to their partner. Maybe they need to get a dog sitter. Like all these questions are going to be going on in their head. So literally, I just need you to sit there silently and hold space for them while they're calculating in their brain. And then they're going to give you an answer because you asked them a question. If the answer is yes, you're going to drop a little payment link in the call chat. And I know that sounds really scary because a lot of us are afraid of sales. We're afraid of having these conversations around money, but it's really easy. You're like, great, I'm so excited for you to take these private yoga classes with me. We're going to start next week. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to drop this payment link in the chat here, and you can just put the deposit down or you can pay for it right here, like however you want to handle that. And you're going to let them get their credit card and they're going to check out. It's going to take 30 seconds. You're going to thank them. And then you're going to tell them what's going to happen next. Like I'm going to send you an email, a waiver with all these details, get it back to me within 24 hours before our first class. And like, boom, you just sold it. If they were so in and then they hear the money and suddenly they're on the fence about the money, they have fear around something, maybe it's something else, you're going to use their why to overcome it. So let's say they wanted to go to that retreat I was talking about happening next year. They are so in, but suddenly this retreat is $3,000, 3 payments of $1,000, and they have no idea how they're going to come up with this money. And suddenly they're like, oh, I'm not interested. Like, no, it's not for me. And like, they just like get all fight or flight in front of you. That's when you're going to use their why. Like, you know what? A couple minutes ago, you shared with me how these 3 things in your business are not working. You shared with me how you need a change of scenery because you're tired of your eyes seeing the same thing every day. You feel burnout. You shared with me that you feel lonely in your business and that you don't have any community to support you while you're running your business. And what's so great about this retreat is that you're going to meet women who are going to become your lifelong friends and your mentors. You are going to learn how to set up a business that financially thrives for years to come. And you're going to be able to do it in a brand new country, trying new foods, relaxing in the countryside. You're going to have some beach days, and you're just going to have a full body reset with the knowing that these transformations are available for you. Would you like to attend this retreat? So it's like you're circling back, using their why, and asking for the sale again. And again, you're just going to be quiet and let them answer the question. And then there are the people who are just not interested. Like maybe they got on the call and like they realize that like this is just not for them. You're going to thank them for their time and just get off the call, because we never want to force someone who's like a full body no from like the moment they got on the call. So again, we have those three people. We have the yes people who are in, we have the maybe people who we have to circle back with while on the call, and then we have the people who are just like not into it, and that's okay. A few things around this. I want you to sell how you want to be sold to. So I'm a very direct person. I am all about being like, hey, like, do you want to do this? Like, you in or you out type of person. Here's the payment link in the chat. Like, let's do it. Some people are really afraid of that. And you would rather send them all the payment details via email and give them 24 hours to sleep on it and get back to you. I don't recommend doing it that way because you're going to lose the sale like 8 out of 10 times. I'm just saying this is someone who has practiced this. And it's also just really good to step into your fear and practice selling on a call, not for the purpose of getting the sale, but for the purpose of just doing something that scares you. So you can either send them, like I said, that payment link, or you do it within the 24 hours, or like maybe it's an in-person conversation, whatever you want to do. So we're going to practice selling now. I'm going to stop sharing just for a moment. Here we go. I know I just gave you like a volcano eruption of information, but I want us all to think about something that we're selling or something that we want to sell. And I just want you, we're going to go around the room, and I want you in like one sentence to tell me like the top 3 transformations your product or service offers, and give me one sentence on how you would ask for the sale. Who would like to go first? Okay, I'm just going to call on someone. Alice, go for it.
I'm not ready, but I'm happy to sacrifice myself for the group.
You don't have to be ready. I put everyone on the spot. Go for it.
So my service that I want to sell is, I think it's just called Creative Breaks. I don't actually know yet, but it's creative well-being for remote teams. So remote teams suffer with developing like collaborative relationships because they're working through screens and time zones and things like this. So the biggest benefit of having creative play sessions for your remote team is they get to see each other in a far more human way than normal, which helps them bond and therefore care about each other and therefore care about their work. It also allows for deep relaxation and playfulness away from like the constant repetitive tasks of working on your own online. And it's fun is the last one. And I think it's really important that like workplaces also have a fun culture so that people again feel appreciated and valued and human within their role. And what was the thing? So those are the benefits. And so then
benefits, and like I'm your potential client, how would you ask for the sale in one sentence? Like how would you try to sell yourself or your service?
Mm-hmm. So I'm just trying to think about an open-ended question. Suddenly that feels like a really hard thing to do.
Think about it this way. You can be like, hey, Brytta, like, I'm so glad we had this chat today. I would love for us to work together so that you can insert one of those transformations you just told me. The investment is $397, pounds, whatever. Would you like to would you like to purchase this service so that you and your team can have fun, can relax, can enjoy an online work environment?
Cool, that sounds really nice. So would you like say that again?
So you would say like, hey, Brytta, I'm so glad we had this chat today. Would you like to work together to, what's the name of your service?
I don't really know yet. Creative breaks.
Would you like to work together on creative breaks so that you and your team can have an online, relaxed, full of joy work experience, so that, and I would even insert a result, like so that you can have like a 27% growth rate in your company because you took care of your employees. Like, get some math in there for them. They love statistics.
Yes.
Especially the corporate space, right? So if it can throw some numbers in there, it's always good.
Yeah. So Brytta, I really appreciated this talk today and your interest in creative breaks. Would you like to work together to bring some joy, play, rest, and creativity to your team? And that will help them
Have more fun, be
yeah.
better jobs. I think that's all of those are actual results. Like, first of all, because you're taking care of your employees, you're going to have better results. You're going to get more clients, which is more money for your company.
Yeah. So help your team have more fun so they can get better results, make more money for your company, and then also attract like this other thing I think is it helps you like attract future talent, because if you've got this ethos within your team, then you're spreading that. Yeah. Sorry, my brain is not very on this.
You guys, you did great. I'm going to choose one other person just because of our time crunch. Does someone want to volunteer, or am I going to choose a random person? Okay, I'm going to choose a random person. Ramona. Putting you on the spot.
Sure. I was certain you would pick me. I had no doubt. Hi, Brytta.
Hi.
I don't remember the structure, but I will talk about whatever. Thank you for taking the call with me today. I'm very glad to tell you about Zenish Mindfulness Training Program for your company, for your team. That is a 1 month, 4 weeks program designed to take very little time of each of your team's members, but build lasting habit of mindfulness practice. And it will bring to your team many benefits, long-lasting benefits, such as reduced stress and anxiety, increased productivity and capacity to focus on their tasks, and also it will increase the capacity to regulate their emotions, therefore strengthening their connections between the team members and also between your team members and your clients. So let me, because I know that my program is amazing, and I tested it with a pilot program, and I have a lot of data to support all of these benefits that I'm talking to you about and that I'm telling you about. Are you willing to work with me in order for 1,000 euros for 1 month working with a small team, like 15 people, in order to, as I said, to increase the productivity by 15% and reduce stress by 20%. And
that's plenty. I would stop right there. Yeah. I think this was great. I also just like want to acknowledge you for just like doing this on the spot. I love how you brought in statistics because that's really important for corporate companies. I love how you just like went for it and asked for it. I would not say, are you willing to work with me? I would say, do you want to work with me so you and your employees can have this transformation? Here's the investment. You in or you out? Like, boom. And I think that was really great how you just went for it. I love how you brought in statistics. I would bring in those statistics before you ask for the sale, and even have like a page that shows the statistics, because like people love that, especially in the corporate world. But this was great. Great job.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Okay. I want to dive. I just muted myself on one more thing. And then we'll have questions at the end. So give me one moment. Let me find the page I want to be on. Okay. So let me just reshare my screen. Maria and I did this call today because we have been in the wellness industry for many years. I've been in here for 12 or 13 years. I started when I was very young, and I have noticed that in the wellness industry, we're all really good at teaching wellness. We're all really good at our skills, at our gifts, but we're having a little bit of imposter syndrome when it comes to selling ourselves, when it comes to putting ourselves out there, when it comes to stepping into our worth and believing that we can do this, that we can impact lives, that we can create transformation for people, for companies, for whoever it is that our client is. And we came up with a little package for all of you because we believe in you, because you all showed up today, so that you can further step into your worth of mindset, and so that you can make money teaching what you love. And I'm just going to pull up this screen because I'm really excited about it. Figuring out how to share things. Here we go. So this is called, give it a moment. Is it here? Did it share it? Yes. The Becoming Blueprint 10 Call Pack. And this is a 2-part immersive coaching experience to align with your inner power with your outer success. And it's a 10 call pack because you get 5 mindset calls with the lovely Maria, where she's going to work with you on your confidence, your clarity, and your presence as a leader in your business. She's going to teach you how to take up space, how to reclaim your voice, your value, and your vision, so that you can get out of your own way and step into your power. And then the other 5 calls are with me. So these are 5 strategy calls where I'm going to teach you how to build a sales, marketing, and business plan that works like you. I don't work in a way that I'm like, here's this plan that works for everyone. I want you to sell yourself in a way that resonates with you. So we're going to build that sales, marketing, and business plan. We're going to set up a landing page, a checkout system, and a sales system that just gently brings people through. It's like they're going to glide right through your business. It's going to sound just like you. And that way you can start making money in your business for the long term. I would love to do this in a passive income way, or in a way that is like, it is bringing in money for you every week, every month, so that you can start making money teaching what you love, offering your services. And Maria and I came up with this because we realized that like, it's not just business that people need to learn about, it's the mindset behind it. Because you can have this brilliant business and this brilliant business idea, but if you are in your own way, then that business is never going to grow. It's never going to sell. You're not going to thrive unless you start doing that inner work around these systems and structures that told us we can't take up space, we can't make money, we can't run a business that we love, when in fact you can. So this is a 10 call pack with Maria and I, and it is an investment of $1097 US. And the reason we made it at this lower price structure, typically for like 5 or 6 calls with Maria and I, it's just one of that, but we wanted to do a combination to make it more accessible for you. We can also offer a payment plan if that could be something that could serve you. This is called the Becoming Blueprint because you get to become yourself in your business. As someone who has managed and owned several businesses in multiple countries, I have become my best self, my most integral self, and I have stepped into my leadership because I choose to become who I am in my business, and as like a single woman doing it on my own. So I want you to know that this is possible for you. I'm going to drop the link in the chat here. I would love for you to take a look at it. And I want you to take a look at it from a becoming standpoint, not from like, oh, I can't afford. Is that not it? That's the wrong link. Like not from like, I can't afford to do this, because you can. And I'm someone who has made all of my dreams come true. It's not, is it posting? There we go.
Yeah,
I'm someone who has made all of the businesses I want happen because I believe in getting out of my own way. I'm someone who like fought a government to open the yoga studio of my dreams, and I got what I wanted. I'm someone who has worked in 20 countries managing studios and retreat centers and hotels when I was told it was impossible to do. So we created this because the impossible is possible for all of you. So take a look at it. This pricing is available, I believe, for the next 24 hours. Personally, I can only take on 3 clients for the month of August. So it is first come, first serve. Yeah. Questions, concerns, musings?
Brytta, there are a couple of questions. Thank you very much, first of all. That, as anticipated, a volcano, and there is a lot to digest here. And we also saw you putting into practice all the teaching that you shared with us today. So thank you very much for that. So starting from Anna, she says in the chat, I know social media presence is important, but I have this feeling that posting on platforms frequently is draining my energy and keeping me from my core activity. Is there another way, more than social media, to create your presence online and communicate who you are without actually posting all the time, Brytta?
Yes, I'm someone who doesn't have time to post all the time. I probably post once a week. And I post on Pinterest a lot more than I used to. Like on Instagram, I used to post 5 days a week, and that was energetically draining me and it wasn't getting me anywhere. So maybe it's the platform that's the issue, and you need to start exploring other platforms. I really suggest YouTube. I suggest podcasting. I suggest Pinterest because it's funneling them directly to your business versus an algorithm controlling what people can and can't see. So maybe it's just switching the platform. I would get very curious and exploratory around that. I do think that you need to have an online presence. I don't think you need to be on there 5 to 7 days a week. I just think that you need to be consistent in it. So maybe it's like you post every Monday and Tuesday, and then you send out your email newsletter every Wednesday, and that's your online presence. So choose the platform, choose the schedule that works for you, and be consistent in it so your clients or like your community knows when they're going to hear from you. And then we had a question from Alice. I want to become more informed and knowledgeable about business models and how businesses actually work. Do you have any good resources, channels, or books? You can work with Maria and I to learn about these business models and platforms. When it comes to resources, channels, or books, a book that I'm reading right now, I literally paid $10 for it. I believe it's called Financial Feminist. And it's basically this woman from the States who teaches women how to get rich by fighting the patriarchy. And it's like my favorite book. And like she taught me how to open up a high yield savings account where I literally just dump money into an account and it just accrues interest for me. She taught me how to pay off my credit card debt. So it's more like the finances behind business, and it really works. It's also like really teaching women how to fight the patriarchy through taking up space.
Brytta, can you say the title again?
Financial Feminist.
Thank you.
And it's by Tori, Tori Dunlap. And I also like want to be really clear about business models. Business was created for a 9-to-5 white male. And we are no longer living in that type of world, even when like the patriarchy wants us to. So just because a business model works for one person or one type of business does not mean it's going to work for you. And it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. Like I'm someone that like, I don't start working until the afternoon because I'm not a morning person and I'm not nice in the morning. And I know this about myself. So I prefer to start my business in the afternoon when I've taken the time to like practice yoga, to drink water, to nourish my body. And then I work afternoon until late nights because that's how my business schedule and model works for me. I have spent years testing out different types of business systems and models, and some of them really work for me. Some of them don't. Now I just use Squarespace and ConvertKit rather than a million other platforms. So it's kind of like testing out what works for you and what doesn't.
Thank you very much. I was thinking about more how you said that you put together bundles and offers and this kind of stuff. Like, I mean, the Financial Feminist sounds freaking amazing, and I'm definitely ordering this after this call. But yeah, like you just so casually dropped like low, medium, high ticket offers and like how you would bundle things. And
Yeah.
I'm somebody that's really trying. I've moved from like week to week thinking to trying to be like quarter to quarter. And I'd really like to develop the thing of this is how it works within the year, and this is how I can have like my offers kind of circulating and working and stuff like that. Again, is this something that just trial and error you figured out over time?
Not exactly. So I'm someone that I'm not married to anything in my business. Like if it doesn't work, goodbye. And if it works, I'm going to keep it because like I'm here to like make money and I'm here to make an impact in a way that is the most efficient for myself and my clients. So for example, I had my Sell Your Retreat Masterclass and it was going really well during summer months. And then I learned during winter, no one was interested. So now that I know this, I'm like, okay, I'm going to be selling this masterclass during the summertime only. So from like June to September, I'm going to go hard on selling this masterclass. And then come Christmas time, people are too busy doing other things. So like maybe it's like, for me, it's like certain times of year sell really well versus others that don't. So that's one thing. I would also not burn yourself out. So I bundled my master classes because now I have two and I sell them as one package. Like if someone wants to buy one, they're going to have to pay $100 just for one, or they can buy two and get it for $100. So like that's how I bundle it. And like one of them is my Pinterest playground where I teach people how to make between 5,000 and 20K per month just on Pinterest. And then the other one is how to sell out your retreats, teacher trainings, and keep your studios financially open. And I package it together so people can just buy it together. So they learn now 2 different ways to make money versus one. And I would create a bundle that like makes sense. So for me, like if I'm a yoga teacher, I had like a yoga class pack and I had like 3 yoga classes, a meditation, and like some kind of sound healing on there. And it was like the #1 thing that I sold for a year. And like it was like me teaching yoga in my kitchen. It like wasn't even fancy or professional. It was just like, this is the space I have and I'm going to try it. And like people freaked out. So it's like, do things that complement each other, but also that like just show your humanness, you know? I hope that answers your question. Cool. Please send your Pinterest playground link. Maria and I will do that in an email after this call. So you'll have the link to work with us in the call pack, and you'll also have a link to the Pinterest playground. We are over time. Does anyone have any last minute questions, or are we good? Okay, we're good. Well, thank you everyone for attending, for sticking through. Please know that this is a recorded call that Maria and I will email to you after this. So like if you didn't get everything, you're going to have it. You will get the link to our Becoming Blueprint. You'll also get the link to the Pinterest playground and maybe the link to the Financial Feminist book as well.
Absolutely. And I want to just say one more time, thank you very much everybody for joining. It's lovely to see you all as usual. I hope to see you next time. Have a lovely weekend all. Thank you, Brytta. Thank you, Alice. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.